I can never successfully start this video because planes are flying above me. The housekeeper keeps on singing. I don't want to be a bitch and ask her to stop singing. She's making so much noise, but I'm gonna try. If she starts singing very loudly, then I will have to ask her to bring it down a few notches. Okay, anyway guys, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I thought I would bring you a video back like a back in the day kind of video, a classic, an oldie but a goodie, but I don't think it's one that I've done on my channel before. If I have, I stand to be corrected, and you can consider this an updated version of that. But I wanted to come in here and do, I have to ask you to keep quiet, sorry. Take two. As I was saying, yeah, so I haven't been feeling very like inspired or motivated to come onto YouTube lately, and I don't know why that is. I guess I'm a bit bored. I have spoken about a tendency of mine to get bored very easily. If I don't find things to be quite challenging anymore or whatever, I tend to sort of like drift away. I love YouTube, I love makeup, I love creating videos, but I definitely constantly need to be challenged and inspired. I'm a YouTube and blogger person by DNA, so just watching other girls do makeup and stuff heavily inspires me. And so I found this girl a couple of days ago who I literally am obsessed with. I was like, okay, let me just take it back to basics and let me do a foundation, highlights and contour routine. Like I said, if I have done this before, you can consider this an updated version. I don't think I have done one so in depth though in a previous video. Definitely a lot has changed in terms of how I highlight and how I contour. I just think I'm a lot more patient in my application, in my technique, and I've learned that, you know, patience is key. I would often see a lot of girls online who do makeup and stuff, and I'm like, how do they look so perfect? Like everything is blended perfectly, and it boils down to you taking your time. I've relearned how to do my eyebrows, I've relearned how to do my nose contour, just because a few things weren't working for me before. I've changed a bit of products that I'm using, so it's a lot. I hope it is an informative video, and I'm happy that I went back to the basics. Not that I'm going to do a whole beginner series again because that's redundant in itself, but definitely I'm going to try and keep it cute and classy on my channel. Just go back to doing things that I love. And yeah, so anyway guys, I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see you next time. Bye. So I have combination skin, but for the most part it generally feels dehydrated and dry, so I like to have two steps in my prep phase, which is to spritz my face with the Urban Decay Quick Fix, and then I let that cool off a little bit. Then the second step of prepping my skin is to prime, and I'm using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I absolutely adore this stuff. I'm not really a big primer person. I think you guys know that. I've never really had one that does as it says, except for one, which is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. Something like that. I did a blog post about it. My only issue with this Bobbi Brown is that my eyes are incredibly sensitive, so anything that is too rich or has fragrance or whatever, or just there's some ingredient inside face creams that just sets my eyes off, especially my left eye. I'm very cautious when it comes to applying face creams and just not letting it anywhere near my eyes. Okay, so getting on to foundation. So I have a couple of good foundations that I love. I definitely wanted to try new foundations this year, so I definitely have done that. And so depending on my mood, that'll determine what I reach for, and I keep finding myself gravitating towards these three. The first one is the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and I absolutely adore this foundation. It is so smooth on the skin. It's just an amazing foundation. I really love it. It's a foundation I reach for as an everyday sort of foundation. So the second foundation I've been loving is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Foundation. So quick disclaimer, how I got these products into the country. I know a couple of people who travel a lot. Yeah, so I just place orders online and have it sent to their address, and then they bring it down for me when they come back into the country. There's obviously the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, which is a more sheer, light to medium coverage foundation. And obviously, I don't do light or medium coverage foundations. So I definitely opted for Power Fabric, which is amazing. I was a bit skeptical because this shade looks incredibly dark for me, especially next to my NARS. You can see it's a lot more red and a lot more darker, but for some reason when I wear it, it's actually just, it looks fine once I have done my highlighting and contouring and everything like that. It's perfect, so I'm not that mad at it. Could not exclude stick foundations, and the ones I've been loving, you guys know, are the Black Opal stick foundations. I just got this one yesterday because I needed something to contour with. Wait. It says Truly Topaz and Nutmeg. I use Suede Mocha to contour. I don't know, I think I want to use the Power Fabric foundation. I was going to use the NARS, but I think I want to use the Power Fabric just because I want to see what it looks like on camera. When I apply it with myself in the mirror, it looks obviously a bit dark. Once I've completed everything, it looks fine. So I'm going to use Power Fabric today. I'm going to start off with one pump. See, but it looks fine. I don't know why I thought it's... See, sometimes it helps to see what it looks like on camera. So I did pick up the right shade. I definitely love the coverage of this foundation. I really like it. I like to wear it on a night out as well, same as the Black Opal foundation sticks. I like to wear them for evening time. Yeah, so for my concealer slash highlights, I alternate between a few concealers. So as I said before, I did buy a lot of new makeup this year, and I have been using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And then you guys know that I'm a big stan of the LA Gold Pro HD concealers, but once again, I've been using these on my channel for like years, so I want to change it up a little bit. And then you guys saw me use the Smashbox Studio Skin once or twice. So yeah, this one is not brightening enough for me. These ones are perfect concealers, nothing wrong with them. I just wanted to change them up a little bit, so I got the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So I'm applying this. I'll take this down my nose. The brush I've been using for my foundation is the Urban Decay Optical Blurring Brush. I absolutely love this brush for foundation. To blend in my concealer, I'm using the Real Techniques Complexion Sponge. So to contour, I have been using my MAC Conceal and Correct Compact, and I've been using the shade NW55. Amazing, I love it. It is quite dark though, a bit too sculpted for daytime for me, which is why I went and picked up this black opal foundation stick, and this is the shade Suede Mocha. So I'm gonna contour with this today. And you can see, note that when I'm doing my face, I'm first dealing with cream products, liquid products, before I get onto powders. So if I know I'm gonna cream contour, I'm gonna do that first before baking, setting, anything. But I need to do that quickly so that no creasing happens. And not the bridge, the size of my nose. To blend in my contour, I'm using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This used to be my foundation brush, but I felt like I needed it for contour more. So we're going to buff this cream contour into the skin. And I just love that blend that it does for me. Absolutely love it. Blend this out softly. Okay, to set my highlights, I'm using my Laura Mercier powder. If you can't get your hands on the Laura Mercier, you can definitely opt for these. I got the translucent in the Laura Mercier. There's also a translucent in the Black Opal Deluxe finishing powders, but I opted for the shades medium and for the shades neutral light. I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier today. I'm taking a damp Miracle Complexion sponge and I'm going to powder. So I start this right on the side of my nose because that's how high I need my highlights to go, because that's where my nose contour starts. And do the same here. Don't forget the side of your nose here, because that cracks often. Yeah, the bridge of my nose and up into my forehead. Here and on my chin. I don't really care too much for the step, but I do it when my baking. I just put it here to brighten this area and to deepen up my contour. I did not apply concealer here, but this creates the illusion that I did, and therefore my contour just looks. I want to set the rest of my face with powder, and I'm using the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC50. I'm just taking a big ol' whoopsie brush. This foundation, I'm already seeing shine come through. I'm taking a smaller Real Techniques brush and I'm using my NC50 to set my cream contour. Now I'm going to contour, powder contour. You can do one of two things. You can bronze, or you can just set the contour area with a deeper powder to further intensify that. I like to use the Smashbox step-by-step contour kit. Absolutely adore this. And I use these two shades, terracotta bronze and deep. And then I picked up the Chanel bronzing powder in the shade N50. And I'm going to use this to contour today. And I'm using my MAC 163 brush. And I'm just going to contour this area. Taking this below here. Then I'm just going to take a thin eyeshadow brush and go into my nose. I really love this powder because it's quite subtle, especially for daytime. I'm not a fan of a face that's overly sculpted. I'll just put some translucent powder on this brush because I need my nose to pop a little bit more. I'm using a Morphe angled brush to do that. Before I move on to cheeks and powder highlights and anything like that, I do like to spritz my face with some Fix Plus just to remove some of that dryness and the overly powdered look. Okay guys, that is the finished face with regards to my foundation, highlights and contour routine. I'm gonna head on to my beauty station there, just finish the rest of my face and I'll be back. So I have completed my face post foundation, highlights and contour application, and this is it. I will see you soon, and yeah.